This station rules the nation. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia.
Oh yes. Bum 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 bum. Sometime a Monday become a holiday. Oh yeah. And indeed it's a holiday. In this business for us, we don't have resting. This is the TBS. Good morning, folks. Welcome to Liberia's biggest breakfast show on Truth 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Welcome to the TBS. The love of liberty matters here. Let justice be done to all. When you wake up in the morning, think for a better Liberia. Today's Monday, and having a holiday on the Monday. Good morning to the 15 counties in the land and breath of the Republic. How is it this morning? When you wake up, the news, so interesting. Yeah, let's say good morning to all of you listening up. Good morning to our silent listeners on a Monday. My name is O'Neill. This is O'Neill Roberts, Marka Davis. Together, we're going to serve you breakfast straight up to 10 o'clock this morning, 30 minutes up to 8 o'clock. Oh, yes. On the Monday morning, on the holiday. Yes, let me say good morning to Marka. I don't know, because of the weekend game, I'm ready now catching up myself. Anyway, yeah.
Which game?
Yeah.
Were you supporting?
No, I was supporting Aracos.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the President of Liberia game.
Oh, yeah.
On Saturday.
I came there a little bit late when the games were over. But I think the President did well to win the first game.
They were trophy.
Yeah, against UVA.
Yeah. We'll flog the Bengals. We'll say you'll go count money.
So you said you expect to beat the soldiers in their own barrack.
But the first thing the guy said to all in the barrack, Marka, he said, well, if anything go on the other way, we'll lose this game. Or got someone at bidding here. We'll put you in the bidding. And we'll laugh about it. But it's great to be back this morning.
Yes, it's great to be back. And again, let me say happy Armed Forces Day to soldiers of the Armed Forces of Liberia, and also to the Commander-in-Chief of the Army, His Excellency Joseph Newman Boakai, and also to all of you who have been named by the President to head the the armed forces of Liberia.
Mhm.
Even though the Armed Forces Day celebration is coming with a lot of things, but
Okay.
yeah, but we wish all of you all the best.
Okay.
Country first,
Hmm.
no matter what we do.
Yeah.
So today is time for us to reflect on what our army has been through all along, considering from as far as 1979 coming up to 1980, 1985, 1989, passing through the 90s, 2003. I mean, 2000 to 2003, all of these things we've been through, and we still have, and thanks to the US government and other partners who help us to build the new force. You know, we saw the period where the army was disbanded under Ellen Johnson's relief to start a new army. I think since that time we have seen some level of improvement in personnel, especially at the level of the armed forces of Liberia. We see the level of professionalism that has been shown over the years, and I think the army remains one of the highly respected security apparatus in the country, and they have been doing extremely well over the years. I'm talking about the personnel of the armed forces of Liberia. So I think we can reflect that on those who are being held in the army as well. Yeah, so good morning to all of you. We appreciate all you have done for the country. And like I've always said, this is one of the very hardest decision any person will take to join the army, knowing fully well that you are putting your life on the line for your country. You can give it anytime. You know, they will say in a local way. Oh, seriously, if you join the army, it means you are giving your life for your country.
Even if I'm in the medics,
Well,
I'm met in the army. A communication man holding the radio.
Absolutely. One day, but who told you? When you have
The communication man will be you're going to the battlefront, be way behind.
You joking? Yeah. But you see, there's a point in time that you will see that
you have to be
in some country,
yeah,
they will go to find civilian to bring and train them, have as a quick and get them going. Then one more somebody who is already trained.
Yeah.
In case of emergency, I beg you.
Communication.
Don't buy that
Let me be behind.
You will not be in a bag. You gotta you have to give information from the line.
Damn it.
So I mean to
I'm not gonna say tango one.
To choose that, okay, I want to be in the army, I want to serve my country as a soldier. I mean, that's a big sacrifice. That's why we should give these people a huge respect, because it means that they are our first line of defense. In fact, they are the first citizens, and we should give them that respect. We want to say salute to all of you.
Yes, that's why you're protesting. Salute.
Yes, going, leaving your country and going to Mali and other places to serve on peacekeeping mission is a plus for us, for our military, because we were here, people were coming to keep peace for us. Now we are going out there to reciprocate what the goodwill we received back in the years. I think this is a good thing. And for those of all these protest issues, while there appears to be political undertone, we hope that the appropriate authorities will handle it the way it's supposed to be. We know what it takes when people are bent on achieving certain things. For me, I don't want to judge people, without understanding a lot of things. So we just hope that people who are supposed to handle these issues will handle it. Even if this protest is against the chief of staff, other people will say it is political. Other people will say, well, there are genuine concerns about what they are raising. But again, we cannot judge the people who call themselves wives of the soldiers. We cannot also come to defend the former chief of staff, who is now the defense minister. All we can say is that the appropriate actions will be taken to ensure that this thing is put to bed.
Okay.
If it is a genuine protest about maybe salary increment, about, to some extent upgrading the standard of living for the soldiers and their families, these are general concerns that can be considered. But if it is bent on remove the defense minister, then that is political.
Yes, that would be political. But unfortunately, those of you, a lot of people have missed up the flight this morning already. Let me just announce it. The Rebels International Highway is one way. Yes, you have to drive and pass through the shuffling barrack and go to the airport. They started at 1 a.m. this morning. So even the road to the Kakatai, the 16 gate is also
Yeah,
blocked.
15 gate.
15 gate is
Yeah.
blocked as well. So
And also around Beaumont's Bridge,
Bowman
Freeport
Bridge,
Way.
yes, it's also blocked too.
Yeah, yeah.
So you seeing that what is causing?
So it's like holding the country
the whole
hostage.
country holding the whole country hostage. We're not saying don't do your protest, but like Becca have said, if this protest is to have a better salary increase for the army, we welcome it and we'll call on our government, because these two folks met with the VP, the vice president.
Okay.
They met with the vice president, met with the president on yesterday.
Yeah.
So with that conversation, it didn't go well done, but you come on again on a Monday, and if your demand is to remove the defense minister, then it is political. Yes. But if you say increase the salary, I mean, we'll all welcome it, we'll call on the government to do so. But if you protest, I mean, a lot of people have affected this morning, those who are traveling. This is just one way. It's a one way. It's a complete embarrassment for our country. We say don't protest, but now the way have gone now is actually other things. So there might be a disruption of the armed forces program on today, because the president was due to go at the shuffling barrack where the protest is, and they met the vice president on Saturday. They was not satisfied, and they met President Joseph Boyka on yesterday. Anyway, good morning, folks. Good morning to all of our lawmakers. I saw Musa Belete got caught up in Banga. Yes, there was no way he had to turn and go back to Nimba.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You're going to work tomorrow.
Yeah. So he got caught up right in the midst of it. So he get turned and just go back to Nimba County. But that's a situation. But I'm sure, I'm just sorry for those who's basing on the flight, because with this thing with ticket, once you book, I mean, the airline will hold you responsible. Yeah. So I mean, anyway, welcome 5 minutes up to 8 o'clock. This is the True Breakfast Show, 96.1. We'll have some foreign guests here. Yes, on Saturday we saw some international. Ahmed guys with the AFL, was all on a cleanup exercise on the entire Bushel Island. They are all watching and see what is going on. Again, as Marka is about to do the lineup, if this is about a better salary increment, we want to call on the government to work in line and do so. But if your target is to say defense minister should go,
removed, then that means
it's political.
Yes.
Then that's how you're making us to understand. I mean, I received a lot of text messages. There are people caught up, just have in mind, people going to hospital this one with doctor appointment, they will not be able to go and see the doctor. Those who traveling and passing through the RI way, they also miss out the flight.
And for me, I don't know what's the global definition of.
I think we have the chief executive officer, Representative Musa Hassan Belete.
Okay.
Yes, live. I was laughing about he got stuck up in Banga. He had to turn and go back to Nima. Good morning to you, Honorable Musa Hassan Belete. Okay. Yes, he just hang off the line. But anyway, so just do the lineup.
Yeah, let me do the lineup.
Yes.
Let me do the lineup while Onu try to. Yeah. Again, this morning on the TBS on Truth 96.1 FM. This is February 12th, 2024. It is the official celebration of the Armed Forces Day of Liberia, the 67th. The Armed Forces Day itself is actually February 11. On February 11 yesterday was Sunday, which is a global holiday that we all know. So the day is being officially celebrated on today. So coming up on the TBS this morning, we will have the health tip with David Coty for like 3 minutes this morning to remind us about our health. This is something we have adapted here on the TBS, and I think it's making some level of impact on our audience. This morning in our studio chat, we'll look at the issue of female appointments in government. As it is now, those who did the statistics, it says about 4%. Donor partners have informed the government to retain and work with the current LEC leadership due to confidence in their ability to transparently deliver and manage funding effectively. Wow, this is a big one. If Unity Party forcibly removed money captain, what happens to Lati, for example? Yes, the Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative. You remember what happened at the time, right?
Yes.
When, was it the time that Gabriel
Yinka took over Liti,
yes,
and the donor partner just pulled off?
Yes. Again, yes, a lot of things happening at LEC. We'll talk about that. And according to information, again, the previous administration owed LEC some 11.6 million for energy consumed in 2023. Yeah.
This is why I see the current going off and on.
Yeah, we'll also look at this. Maybe we'll combine this one small with the HPX team in country.
Okay.
The LPRC released a new price ceiling for petroleum products in the country. We'll look at that again at 8:30 this morning to 9:15. District 3 representative of Grand Jide County Jacob Debbie will sit with us on the first segment of the show this morning. Yes, we'll come in, talk about Grand Jide politics a little bit and talk about some national politics. What are some of the things he assured the people for which they gave him the opportunity? We'll talk about that at 9:15. We'll bring you sports, entertainment, and commercials brought to you by Orange Liberia, the biggest GSM company in the country. At 9:20 to 10 o'clock, is it Chokon Soma?
Yes, Chokon Soma.
Yes, Chokon Soma, the CEO of Connex Dupont Road Service Station, will be our guest on the last segment of the show, looking into Liberian businesses and challenges. Yes, I think this is very important. Sometimes it's good to bring the business people on board. Let's hear some of the challenges they are faced with. And again, thank God he's coming at a point where there's a little
with deduction.
Dropping a pocket.
Not drabble.
a little deduction.
Everyone told us deduction. I think that's increase. Yeah.
No, I think that
it's an increase. I'm buying at 730, 760 for gas, and everyone is telling us 850. And he says it's a decrease.
Yeah, so maybe you buying for the Camboys.
An issue.
Where are you buying?
Camboy.
So we are setting.
So we got two different markets. FPRC should know this. We have two different markets. We have the Camboys.
We'll
have the
we'll talk about
that.
In the midst of all country first, those of you who protesting, again, we have said country first, and your protest should be genuine. It should be about giving your children, the soldiers' children, educational opportunity to health care, a better standard of living, increment in salary. If these are the issues, I call on President Boakai, the CRC, and the Vice President of the country to sit and make some adjustment in line with laws to improve the living standard of our people in arms, and that is to address the women's plights. But I repeat, like I said earlier, if this protest is only about removing the defense minister, then it is not genuine, it is political.
Yes, haven't been confirmed.
I can say that with both faces. If it is about improving your lives, we agree with it. The government should do something about it. But if you are bent on saying, let the defense minister go, then it is personal and political. It is not issue-based.
Great. So it's a minute down, 8 o'clock. This is the breakfast show. There, yes, be brief this morning with your health tips. Yes, today is holiday. So let's bring on health tip with Derek Ernest Coty. Yes, a minute down, 8 o'clock. This is the breakfast show. 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Let's bring you health tip with our regular guy every morning, Derek Coty. Good morning. 3 minutes. Good morning.
Good morning. Obesity is our topic for today. We are overweight or people who are too fat. Obesity is too much fat in the body. It is a serious health problem. There are more than 3 million people, cases, in the U.S. Every year of obesity. Now, what are the causes? The causes of obesity are, number one, lack of physical activities. Some people just sit down the whole day and lie down, no exercise, nothing. That's one of the causes of obesity. Number two, unhealthy eating behavior. When you eat, when you're not hungry, eating when not hungry is also one of the causes of obesity. That's an unhealthy eating habit. You must be hungry before you eat. Eat while standing up. Sometimes even drinking water is a bad habit to drink while you are standing up. So when you eat while you're standing, it's another bad habit. It can bring about obesity. Eating close to bedtime. I've always told you to always eat 4 hours before you go to sleep. I go to bed 10:30 every day, so by 6 o'clock, all my eating finished. But when you eat close to your bedtime, it can bring about faulty digestion, and that can lead to obesity. Not getting enough sleep or good quality sleep. I've always told you to sleep between 7 to 9 hours every day, uninterrupted. Don't come from work and go take a nap for 3-4 hours. Then in the nighttime, you can't sleep for the 7 or 9 hours. You interrupt your sleep. It can lead to obesity. high amount of stress. There's some people who worry too much. Stop it, too much worry. It's not good. They can also lead to obesity. Now, genetics. Sometimes these things also come from the family. Your part too big or fat your mind. It can come from the family too sometimes. Diseases that can be caused by obesity. That's why you need to be careful. These are things that can happen if you are too fat or overweight. Number one, heart disease or stroke. Number two, type 2 diabetes. Number three, certain cancer. Number four, digestive problem. Number five, sleep apnea. And that simply means sleep disorder in which you breathe. When you breathe a little bit, it stops. Then you breathe again, it stops just like that. It's not a good thing. And fatty disease. Remember this: drinking coffee in the morning, drinking coffee or tea first thing in the morning on empty stomach is not good. So those of you who get up in the morning, the first thing is coffee or hot tea. In the morning, it is not good. It can lead to acidity. It can, you know what acid really is. I'm not going to go through that. I only 3 minutes. It can also lead to digestive discomfort. It can lead to heartburn. It can lead to bloating. And I'll tell you what bloating is the other day. It means gas in your stomach or your intestine. And when that happens, the gas has to come out in two different ways. From 2 different ways. Number one, it comes out through your mouth by belching. Belching. And number two, it comes from your butt by fatting. Now, the next one is increase also pain. All right, I'm finished. You even clear I'm finished already. You didn't even give me time to elaborate on some of these things. All right, when you drink tea or coffee soon in the morning, it can bring about increased pain. If you have ulcer already, you have a problem with your ulcer. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Good Forces Day. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Darren, thank you so much. Thanks for managing with the time. We said 3 minutes, although you went 3 minutes for the 5 seconds. Anyway, yes, again, want to say good morning. Welcome to the True Breakfast Show, 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Let's get going. It's 5 minutes down, 8 o'clock. As part of our talking points, again, we're seeing just out of all of the appointments, just few names, like less than 4% of female appointees already in government. Yes, we want to call on His Excellency, President Joseph Human Boycott. There are more females who are saying yes. It can be 50-50, but at least we could go like 30-70 with appointments in government. So for the Painesville City Mayor, the most recent name we see popping up, the women movement. She's the president of the women movement, Cecile Saritier. This name have been popping around in the corridor now. Yes, Cecile Saritier name have been popular in the corridor. Yes, the women movement is saying, yeah, if the president in his wisdom can make her the next Painesville City Mayor, I'm sure this city is going to be a green city. And Painesville have a history, most time having females as head of that corporation. Remember we had Chevette Gibson. Yes, Chevette had a city all green. Pam Bessel Taylor, we didn't know how it all went down with Pam, but it was not good. But the women movement in general, this is a very strong organization, huge numbers. Now, they are calling on the office of the president and say, well, is it possible to give this lady our president and make her, the city corporation boss for Painesville? Let's get the city green. That's what I'm talking about, Cecile Saritier. Anyway, yes, let's move on to this LEC business, the Liberia Electricity Corporation, the LEC. It's better we inform the public what is going on. We have to let the public know what is happening with the stability of our current. 1 minute you find out current is on the Bourgeois Island, the Ghanansville side don't have current, or the Painesville don't have current. And this is what happened within the LEC. First of in the LEC morning captain, you all know that captain, he's gone 1 year, 6 months since taking over as executive director of the LEC. And I say this to make Liberian people understand this. When this government came in power, there was a transition team set up by this government to work along with the LEC and bring report back to the president. This team was headed by headache. I see you rubbing your hair. Yeah. This team was headed by Women Pay. Women pay my good friend Maureen Yan. This team came back and went back to the president and gave a report. The transition team for energy cluster, they convened a meeting with the executive management of the LEC, but they didn't get back to the LEC to come up with a full report and say what are all of the problems here before going back to report to the president. But before this, the donors partners, those who pump money into Liberia, who pump money into our energy sector, have made it clear. Good morning, His Excellency Joseph Boykai. It is no secret that donor partners have said Dr. Money Captain is our preferred choice and we intend for you to work with him. I know what I say because now you see what happened with the armed forces. That's exactly what's going to happen with the LEC. Politics have not entered. But mind you, the donors have informed this current government and said, well, we have all confidence. This is the man we want to work with. This is the man who will chair the LEC. We will send our fundings into the LEC. He's going to manage it well. Morning, Captain. And I want the president to listen. Good morning to you, President Boycott. For all people listen and take advice. Yes. What happened to Liti? Some point in time in 2018, right? Kamon was the head of Liti when he was forcibly removed, and Gabriel Yinkan was appointed by President George Weah into that position. Guess what? The donors had serious problem because the donors have informed the past government, said, look, we have all confidence within Kamon. Continue to work with him, but he was removed. And guess what? Today, Liti is dead. Is dead. Let's go back to the LEC. The donors have made it clear and say, well, Money Captain is the face of the work that is going on within LEC. Now, here is the big one. The past government owed the CSG as 11 million. Let me just make it clear to Liberian people. This is why you see the current is off and on. The past government, the previous government, the George Weah government should have paid because we're having current coming from, Maryland, Ponsino, they were supplying 11 million, 11.3. That money was captured in the budget. 11.6 million. Because once we head into the dry season, some way, somehow, the hydro gets dry. And who gave us energy to supply? It is the CSGL's company. So the previous government, the LEC current management informed them and said, look, if we don't pay this money, when we get into next year, there will be a serious problem. And that's what we're experiencing right now. Good morning to you, President Boycott. So the previous government continued to, the previous government owes 11.6 million. Can you imagine this? A huge sum. So as the result, some of us live in the heat. They probably not go back to LEC. Those are you ones, want to say remove Money Captain thing. The donor partners, the World Bank telling you, say, this is the man we have our serious confidence and trust in to work with. But mind you, the problem here, the past government or the CSGL company, 11.6 million.
Yes, so to come in briefly, let me firstly, from 2008, there were several other management teams that were taking care of this whole electricity issue, including ESBR. They had Manitoba. This one was a company. They were from different countries. One was from Canada, and the other one I think was a Irish company. They were taking care of LEC and all of that. Again, at that time, we came to realize that the issue of power theft, even the power supply was not even there. The issue of power theft was at a high, and even before this new management team that brought on board, and actually, Money Captain came on board right after the MCC, the Millennium Challenge stuff expired from Liberia after the issue came to an end. But this is one thing that I want the Liberian people to know. The salary that is being circulated around here is not paid by LEC or the government of Liberia. Firstly, money captain and I think the chief operation officer were vetted through the World Bank.
Sure.
And let me let you know that initially, the two initial companies that were taking care of LEC, one from Canada and one from Ireland, the heads of these institutions were making around 50 to 60,000 US dollars. Now, Captain is making around 17,000. That is clear. Let's be fair with it. But the truth is, this salary is not coming from LEC or the government of Liberia. It's coming from directly the World Bank. Okay? It comes from directly the World Bank because you trust people to work with and you believe they can deliver with transparency on the money you are investing in a sector. Well, I don't want to be like praise singing, but these are the facts on records that we must present to the Liberian people so that we can also understand. There are reports that, Liberia has become very political. Let's be clear. For me, Onu, he likes to talk in there, certain things he doesn't let to talk. So there are reports that even within the inner cycle of LEC, within the inner cycle of LEC, there are people there who do not want to see Money Captain as head of LEC.
And that's the biggest mistake.
Yes. So, I mean, do you commend the same trust and confidence that this man has garnered from the World Bank? There's a report of some about 300 million that is being sourced for the construction of a new dam.
Yes.
From the World Bank.
3 million. Yes. 300 million.
Yes. From the World Bank. Do you commend the same trust and confidence as Money Captain does with these partners? Let me not just say the World Bank, but with these partners that are supporting the energy sector. So sometimes we have to take off politics from all of the sectors. We agree that during this transitional team, there were different clusters. There were the energy cluster and all of that. There were review of papers. But this report, I don't want to criticize the transitional team 100%, but that report that came up from the energy sector, was it validated by the LEC management team?
No, I said no.
But how you got in the public quickly without even?
Because
so why it speaks so is that
LEC, they didn't see the report from the management team.
There are cliques both outside. There are reported cliques either outside and some within the LEC itself that want Money Captain out of LEC. But Money Captain is not being paid by Liberia government's money. This man was vetted and the World Bank put their trust in him to lead the sector because they are the biggest donor to the energy sector right now. They are supporting this sector. Again, Onu talks about the issue of debt.
Yeah, okay. I just want you to read from the challenges and liabilities. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, there are a lot.
The main thing that is happening right now, Liberian people current business, you don't blow it.
Sometimes when we the media people sometimes gotta do our own research, lay our hands on certain documents.
The main issue,
then we can talk about it.
Yes.
Now,
challenges and liabilities.
They want to go there and bring it to you clearly so that you will understand.
Yeah, the challenges.
Now we talk about some 13 million and the CLSG cross-border trade of 7 million owed. That's the kind of money we owe.
Yes.
And there are liabilities incurred from the foreign management contractors, ESBR, that I mentioned earlier.
Yes.
This debt stem from energy usage in homes located in Nimba, Grand Gila, and Maryland. You can recall that in Nimba, I can remember I went Nimba several times and say, we're not paying that bill.
Yeah, free.
Hey, remember?
Free.
Free at certain point in time.
And your previous government is supposed to pay.
They say, we're not paying you. We're not getting free current. So these companies, assume or incur these debts. Now, upon assuming leadership, Katam discussed in 2022 with the government of Liberia, they had debt incurred by LEC from the foreign management, which is a result from the free energy consumption by consumers in the aforementioned counties. That is Nimba, Grand Gila, Maryland, right?
Yeah.
Now, the legislature reviewed the necessity of these debts and passed it in the 2023 national budget. You and I know about the 2023 budget. They say it was passed in the 2023 budget.
Furthermore,
yes, for 2023 national budget for disbursement. However, as for now, the payment has not been disbursed. How?
There we are. The money bill.
Now, again, The government of Liberia owed LEC 11.6 million for energy consumed in 2023
And when you take your time, go with
and
this
has
guy.
yet to pay.
The government,
2023, the government of Liberia owes LEC $11.6 million. US dollar, with the Liberian dollar. And they are yet to pay that money. The amount could be, of great help to LEC.
Yes.
You can use it to reinvest or to get additional electricity. But yeah, we are
11.6 million.
Yeah, we are.
Oh,
so if you combine all these debts, how much we're talking about? We got 13 up here.
Okay.
We have 7 million. Then the government of Liberia itself.
Oh, $11.6
million.
And this money have not been paid.
You see what we do to ourselves? We cripple our institutions and turn around to criticize our institutions.
Let's go back to the president, Marka. Good morning to you, President Boycott. The transition team you stand to work with LEC, they didn't do well. You see, all of this information is coming to the public. One set of group people say, yeah, Captain is a problem, removing. No.
The only thing they use, including those inside LEC, because I can say, Mr. Captain, if you do not know, there are people in LEC that are also working with hands outside to get other LEC.
Yeah.
But guess what? Your work will speak for you. The level of trust that the World Bank has in your management team will speak for you. There are people who are carrying out clandestine plans and disclosing information, because the biggest thing that they could do was to just put out your salary out there, so that it will buy public sentiment. Because when Liberian man who is making $140 US, $150, $200, which is bad though, when they hear that somebody is making 17,000, not taking into consideration by what process. But guess what? Get to know that money captain position is a contractor position at LEC. You know that.
So
contracted by the World Bank, not the Liberian government.
This is why we're coming in. Captain was recruited by the World Bank through a competitive bidding process.
Of course.
The World Bank recruit. And good morning to you, His Excellency. Go back to the president.
How you would have been preferred after successfully managing the compact, the US compact?
Yes, it's not possible.
He successfully managed the compact. The compact led to even the construction of that Marka Dam we're talking about today, some $257 million US.
So we don't want to mistake that occur at Liti, that attracting industry.
There are a lot. Sometimes.
Yeah, Kamo was just removed, and my good old friend Gabriel Yinka took on the position, knowing to the fact that the donors, look, when the donor have a confidence and trust in you, donor have tell you, say, look, this is the person over this business we want you to run with it. The best thing you do, you work with that person. Some are making the case of Sarah Bessel, right? Because we want a better foreign minister.
Yeah, and again, that's a congratulations to what we forget.
Yeah. We're making the case for her. Because one good thing for the country.
Absolutely.
So the problem here is not Captain. You're listening, eh? The problem here, the government owes 11.6 million. Good morning to you, GMB. Government is continuing to.
They job we are government to a real good.
So my fear here is the same thing will pop up.
LEC 11 million, OYL 5.5 million.
Will pop up very soon.
Wow.
Then you're putting the problem. Oh, Captain man, go Captain. If Captain leaves, who do the World Bank look at? Who will be the next phase? The people say, but the country not ready.
So the best
Liberia is not a serious country.
Government in the history of Liberia will tell you all so credit or
Yeah, but on a very serious note, the World Bank will say, but what's the country is this? This is the man we vetted well. This is the man who have our confidence. He will say, let's work with this man. And y'all say he should remove. Today, Liti, that place is just dead.
Oh, yeah. And that place was one of the attraction for investment in the country.
Liti is dead today.
They were attached huge importance to the extractive industry, and they were investing in that sector. But you see what politics does? This is what's going to happen. It will allow politics to infiltrate the energy sector, and then the World Bank say, okay, send Liberian people say they want to manage it. They are new 300 million that want to report. They can build new dam. That be so That they bring our political people to do their work. They will raise money. LRA will raise money. They will build dam. You understand?
Yeah, man. Let's make progress. We anticipate our guests very soon. This is just part one of it. We'll remind the president every morning that the problem is not money, Captain.
Tomorrow maybe we will take 10 minutes to bring you some of the things that he achieved, that he and the team has achieved. We know there are challenges. We are not saying they are injuries. There are challenges. But
our challenge will not be there. You only 11.6 million. You can pay the money. So my fear is not going to WIG. I'll be thinking about WIG very soon. The previous government owes a lot of debt. Just like Marka, You pay debts.
Yeah,
You pay debts. You not
people
be
will
small thing.
skip on anything and take. Maybe we'll take call.
Yeah. So on the issue of the gasoline thing, quickly. Good morning to Amos Toy. Amos, good morning to you, Managing Director, LPRC. I mean, you just taking over. Great. You're putting your feet down on the ground, making Liberians people to know that, yes, you are ready for work. But Amos, you have to be very careful. You have to take time. As you send this information out to the public, sometimes you get misreaction. Now, the entire social media is saying, but government said we should buy gasoline at 800, 850, right? Now that there are two kinds of markets we have, and you can't erase it out. There is no way. We have the camboys and the filling stations, what we call the gas station, the filling station. So you are telling us, and the government, the one the government recognize is what? The filling station. So this new stipulated price is just for what? The filling station. But the camboys, they are one of the huge seller in this country. There is no fact, every street corners, you have gasoline sold all along the street. So the man see the gas selling at $760. Will he go at the gas station to go buy 850? And my answer here will be no. He must. And the Ministry of Transport, the Ministry of Commerce, and LPRC, you should work together. This information, this release was a fast-track one. Amos, I think you sat down along with the Transport Ministry to have this, this stakeholder meeting and say, well, beginning effective, what they have here is effective February 10, this is our new selling price. There should be a team that if the gasoline is being sold at this, it should have a close effect on the transportation fare. So, I mean, Amos, I'm going to see the anxiety you want to work, but it shouldn't be a rushing thing. Look at the market very well. See the cowboys dominating and they remove these guys from the street. I mean, you're stiff resistant. So I will hear personally, I'm sorry. Others, well, you see the gas at 760. Will you go buy 850 at a filling station? No. And as a filling station, we're paying taxes to government. So, but what am I saying? The Ministry of Transport, the Ministry of Commerce, and LPRC, you should sit on a round table that you have a trickle-down effect. The past government, the Ministry of Transport, couple of years, we see new transportation fares and all of that. So this press release that you sent on the social media, 90% was actually against. I mean, and these are people who are using this product every day. Every day. So the new selling price for petroleum product Liberian market, effective February 9. So if you do your own survey, go and see how many gas has been sold. I mean, anyway, yes, it's 26 minutes down 8 o'clock. This is the TBS. Let's see if we can take a few calls up. Our guest is yet to hit the ground. Jacob Debbie, representative of District Number 3, Grand Gila County. I'm hearing the protest is still at the EBK barracks. Yes, the Kakata 15 gate area is still blocked. The Bourgeois Island is also blocked.
0770202579. 0770202579.
0770153265. This is the TBS call. Let's hear from you a minute per call.
Let's take a couple of calls. This one, good morning.
Good morning, Marka and Olio. Let me say good morning to the peace-loving people of Liberia. My name is Aloysius P. Flomo Jr. and I phoned me this morning from Lower Maikibi County. Marka, let me say happy Armed Forces Day celebration to you guys. And
what is celebration, Ibo?
The Armed Forces of Liberia. This morning I called purposely to speak to the President, His Excellency, Dr. Joseph Iman Boakai. We are seeing that.
The Papa say you're not calling doctor.
What you say, Marka?
The Papa say you should not calling doctor. You're just calling His Excellency Joseph Iman Boakai.
Yeah, expediently we can say attribute that doctor name to him because it is very appropriate indeed. So quickly to the issue. This particular protest of the AFL women, I think the president has done extremely well in intervening. And this is why we keep reminding him of a forensic audit in all of the sector, the ministries and agencies of this particular government. The previous government have put in the feet of JMB to fire. Look at, you are saying LEC, the past government is obligated to over 11 million.
11 million.
We are discussing why $5 point some more $1 million. Then people are calling for auditing them. Other people will be saying, oh yeah, it's a wish hunt. So if the President Joseph Marka and his government refuse to audit those guys, it means
I don't think they are refusing it because
they start out the
they have,
NSA.
there are other 3 institutions first, so that's it.
Let's move on. Yeah, thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Marka, and my mentor will need to say good morning to the people.
Quickly to the point.
Thank you. My name is Frank Juma, and I'm calling this morning for DT Police Specialist District here on my group. So I want to say happy Armed Forces Day to the gallant men and women of the Armed Forces of Nigeria. And I want to speak quickly to the words of the family. Thank them. No God told me when we will address every issue of protest. So there is a need as for all internal issues that they didn't handle, they are close to. So the issue of coming in a blacking world, people need to travel, people have to get freedom to move where I don't feel necessary that he said. If the particular protest is only political, there's some of our containment from the standpoint we are. But we are calling on them to at least settle the issue along with the government. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Mega Dude and Oni Bravo. Let me say good morning to a main listener this morning. Mega, this is Bobby Abu Menska. Followed the discussion for District 6 Ethical Board this morning. Let me appreciate you. Mega, what is going on? We have to find on that on our mothers who are protesting for their benefit, or who are protesting against that they shouldn't confirm the former chief of staff. No, Mega, the president has spoken to you as a leader. We must all respect the president of the Republic of Israel in this country. So the president said last night was 7 of the air where the president resident. So why the protest is horrible? You lay on your faces, there's no anything in the virus. The school and virus should be free. All these things. So we hear your cry. So let us find solutions to this thing. Let us go for the armed forces day. After that, we all come back on the round table and say our best to hear your plan.
Okay. Yeah. So what is disappointing here is yesterday, on Saturday, in fact, the wives of this soldier met with the vice president Jeremiah Kuhn on Saturday. There was not started fast till until they asked to meet with the President Joseph Boyka. So they put up certain things, benefits, low salary. They spoke of adequate insurance, education, poor housing, lack of electricity, social services, and the general welfare. And in response to them, the President assured them that he was going to look into this thing. Then less than 24 hours, we'll see another roadblock. I mean, man. If Joseph Boyka didn't give you the time and say, let's sit down,
so
let's hear from you.
You see now, O'Neill, I think that would just validate my points that I made this morning.
Yeah, man.
That if these claims are general claims, right?
Yes,
these are
strictly from the executive mansion,
right? So if the president telling you that, okay, we will look into these claims, they are valid, they are very important, we'll look into it. Then the next morning you jump in the street. It means that it is not about these things.
So I think you're the one that didn't agree with the president to redress the military leadership. I mean, you don't decide. They
supposed to decide.
The CIC is the president. The president's the one who decides.
So you see, so today's protest, I mean, if you met with the president, if the president are not giving you attention, if the president are not giving you attention, then you say, our leaders didn't listen to us, we'll go back in the street.
You settle.
But they may have audience with you. Then the next morning, you in the street. No, then it is not about this issue you listed before the president. It is about personal issue with the defense minister, and it is political. Maybe there's a political party backing these protests because they don't want certain people.
Okay. So here's the president respond. For his part, the commander-in-chief of the Armed Forces of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Boyka, reassured the women that their grievances will be thoroughly investigated with a view to finally readdress where possible. They constitute a committee to probe into the matter. Then less than 24 hours,
you back in the street.
Amen.
So look, let me say this. For me, sometimes I'm not afraid to say certain things, right? If other political parties want to protest, let them come both face and protest about what they want to protest about and stop using the army wives. Yes, because if these army wives are truly concerned about their children's education, they are truly concerned about the remuneration for their husbands, they are concerned about better living, and the president gave you an audience and tell you that I'm setting up a team to go and work on these things. Yeah. Then you jump by in the street. Then I don't think these people are army wives, though.
No, man.
Yeah, I don't think they are army wives.
No, man. If there's no meeting with the president, the vice
Let me
president,
take
then we
Pastor
will say,
Lucky.
yeah,
Good
man.
morning, sir.
Yes, Scoop. Good morning, Marka. Thank you for taking my call. Good morning, O'Neill. You know, there is something about this protest that seems to be embarrassing almost every single person that uses that route to Monrovia or wherever else they are doing this demonstration. The Justice Department needs to come up with a way that the police can use so that there will be a particular place to go and express yourself in the streets. But you cannot block areas. So many people are affected when you do that. And the people have to have a little bit of conscience too. We all are Liberians. We're looking forward to our country moving forward. If you have a problem, there's a way to address it besides blocking the streets all the time. Okay, so the police needs to intervene almost instantly when they hear these things. Until the department, the Ministry of Justice can come up with something where they say, okay, you want to express yourself this way, this is the area you're going to go. And that's it. And we will all be fine again. Thank you for taking my call.
Okay, thank you. This one. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka.
Good morning.
Yeah, and good morning to people over here.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, this is Bill. I join you from issue number 7 in my country. Yeah, Marka, come on.
Let us say, go ahead, Chief. Go power give ya.
Yeah, let me say good morning to His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Nyamamboga. And I listened to you this morning telling the people that the appointment that have been made into the government constitute only 3% of women.
4% women?
4%. So I want to kindly appeal to Ambassador Waka His Excellency that you should please see anything to incorporate women. You know, women leadership, women are very careful in managing institution and what have you. So we'll kindly appeal to him to please incorporate the women.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you. So I'm thank you. I'm receiving some text messages. No, I'm not going to read it on the air. Not agreeing to us. We also don't want to agree with you because if Joseph Boycott, the president and the vice president, will have not sat and listened to these people, there's a different thing.
That means they are giving a deaf ear.
Yeah, the deaf ear,
but they give you their attention to hear your plight.
That's what I'm saying.
Anybody who say they disagree with us, they are also political.
Don't let me block your number.
They are also political.
Don't do so. The president sat with the people and listened to them and said, we'll get back. Gave me the benefit of the doubt. Hey, man. The day of went as far as Bon County. I mean, Musa Bellotti and others were coming. They had to turn and go back to Nima County. Yeah, man. Let's stop this thing, man.
Anybody who say they didn't agree with you, we also will not agree with them too. Good morning.
He said there is no orders in hand.
Good morning.
My name is Emmett Hammer and Bonnie Wakar City this morning. I'll be honest to one another. The past president, President Jamal, who let the people Saturday and talk to them as mother or what?
They're on Sunday.
And Saturday, the president met them and explained the curiosity to them. He said, "Oh, they are family second committee to investigate those things. Why are they going to go state? Yesterday, one of my nieces was child yesterday, and now the road is black. Who pay for ticket?
Plane ticket. People going to hospital, all of that.
My God, let's be honest. They put out a political honor too. Remember, Article 54 get the president right to put anybody how he will. They made start to chief of staff for the level of staff over here, for 18 years. What now are they going to say? It is wrong. We need to reduce our ego and move it going forward. This is our president. We left him and he listened about to start blocking the road. It is true articles, so they gave it a right to have a people or something, but none of us stop other people to move.
Yeah, you're using your constitutional right to violate other people who not right.
Thank you. Let's pick up Peter Niswa. Peter, good morning. Peter, morning. Peter, your line breaking through, Peter. Morning. Yeah.
No,
Peter, you have to call me back. So why are you calling me back? Peter Niswa, let's pick up Abel Plaki. Abel, morning.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
No, I think it's painful. Yesterday we had to walk as I speak to you, Mackay State Street. I had to walk to Gamo after service. We passed in the morning to go to church. Because I live on the side, I live Boys Town.
You understand? We went to church on our way back for service, no way, so I have to leave the car in the street. I tell you, no lie, right here, there are hundreds of cars parked here. People had to walk. Yesterday, I felt sorry for a woman who has to go back to the States after she came for a program. She had to make her flight last night because the motorcyclists could not even pick up all of the load. It's so bad. We want to say to all of us got concern. If all of us decide to jump in the street about concern, there'll be no Liberia.
No.
There'll be no
But the fact of the matter, the son of the president, they listen to them.
Saturday, I went my way. I will go caught up in the traffic. I mean, Kevin Demi was there, and I call the guy from OKF, Frank and Julia was there. We were there when the vice president met them, and they said within 24 hours. When the vice president met there, I was there because we got caught up in the traffic for 4 hours. So when we heard that the vice president came, we got down and we walked in. And the vice president spoke with them, and then after some time they opened the road. We passed after 4 hours. Imagine I left my house 8 o'clock. Where I was going, I got there 1:30, 1:45. Can you imagine? So yesterday again, on our way to service, we managed to drive. We're coming back from church. We have to.
If I made a point, that explanation long.
Don't you know Boystown? You walk from transit all the way to Boystown.
Okay.
Imagine. We left the cars on the road, and we don't even know what's happening over our car. Just want to go check the roadblock again.
Okay. Go check.
Yeah, all right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let me see if I can pick up Peter next one back. Peter, thanks for your patient morning.
They give me a little bit.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay. So, O'Neill, I think this is beyond the demand to remove the defense minister, because I don't get it. Now, the vice president himself, Saturday morning, I was right there, sitting right there. The first thing I did was, when I got there, I tried to engage the ladies. Told them, well, this is not good. The ladies referred me to the guy who is now the deputy chief of staff, as the only person who can talk to me about the matter. So then I left it. Then when I realized, I got a call that how you call him, the vice president, His Excellency Jeremiah, who was going, and he came along with the security advisor of the president. The guy there, the result is they talk about this thing, and then Sunday morning, the president sent for them. They came. I was right to the gate when they entered the fence. They had a discussion with the president. Now, to come back on the road this morning, they got on the road at 6 p.m. yesterday. 6 p.m. While the meeting with the president was still going on. I left the president fence and I was driving to go home. And I met a lady there in red t-shirt, blocking the road, when the meeting was still going on with the president. So now, I don't get it. If you want the defense minister removed, and I'll tell you the truth, the man that comes to that that I know over the years, he doesn't bow down to this kind of thing. He loves diplomacy, and the diplomatic period process have already started.
Okay.
But it can be mentioned.
All right.
Exactly.
I had
So
to drive all the way too fast this morning to come to town.
Damn it.
yeah, it's not easy.
I got to have it ready.
They protest there. I don't think it's issue based. They protest should be have some political honor.
So Peter, as you take leave of you, what is frustrating is to say the president or the vice president have not given them the audience. Then I mean,
Right. But the president did. The vice president did. And the man said, well, I will look into the matter, but you can't wait. He confidently people all over the place. People are with their good bananas.
I think the security should open the road. I think the joint security should open the road.
John Segura do what?
To open the road.
Okay, thank you, Peter. Peter,
I know you have credit. Sorry that I held you for 3 minutes. Good morning. Go ahead, Chief. Good morning.
Good morning. I almost wanted to say Happy Armed Forces Day.
But you're not happy.
I noticed that there's no happiness for the day today.
Okay.
But Chairman, following all of the discussion and what has unfolded a couple of days ago, I think this action has got some honor too that the Bwakai administration needs to look deeper behind. Because if this thing here is not given, this country could face a very serious problem as 3 of our neighboring countries are now faced with. And I think utmost attention needs to be given. If it is left for a former General Prince Johnson, who is now Minister to be commissioned to take on that ministry. That man is a lone person. He can resign his post for the sake of the country. But I think there's an honor lining beyond just General Johnson. Because the Senate will not be that naive that they will look at very serious concern being raised by these people and they will not be able to attend to them. And for now, the man is going as only administrative head. The man was sitting down there as direct head of the armed forces of Liberia. We didn't see this thing happen. Where he just ascended to become minister, then all of these things are coming. For me, it's a major concern. And I would think they should look beyond just, we do not want this man, we do not want this man. And if they get successful in removing this man or this man, if I just agree, say, for the sake of the country and do not want to stand up, let me resign my post. And these people are allowed to get along with. They will get along with plenty of things. People will use that army for something else. The army that we have praised, we have called the army for good of the country is delving into something now that all of us need to be afraid of.
Seriously.
And I see exactly what is happening right now.
So,
General Johnson or former General Johnson can resign today and say, oh, man, I do not want to be an obstacle in your government. But what next? Is that what would be happening every time there's a demand of this nature and stuff like that? I think they need to look beyond this. And if they also insist we may not have that government continuity, we may have similar thing in the sub-region that is happening all over the place. Because people can't talk to people, talk to you, the person that is supposed to address your call has spoken to you. Then immediately next day you get back on the ground. So they're testing the strength of the open government, and if any of the police or whatever, the joint security could get involved, those men now will come. Not a girlfriend join the roll calling and say, why from where? You take that men and watching that place, they will know better. Or recruitment from all over the place, just come to intervene into this process and try to disrupt the peace of the country. Like to appeal to the high command of the armed forces of Liberia. Please reason and see reason. This country must survive. Too much have gone through the country, and you should not be the one seen at this time to cause chaos in the country.
And JKB, I think if these people, if all of them were wives of soldiers who are in the army, after meeting the vice president and the president, they will told their wives that, well, I think the issue you have put, the president have listened to you. Let's get it at least 3 months. Let's see what they will do. You should not go in the street. And you know, I would tell my wife not to go in the street since the president has spoken to you. They would have been back in the street.
Of course.
yeah, so, yeah, man.
He is something you want to tell me, what are you doing?
So,
Okay, JKB.
They say one room with everything. That thing can be a good. When I heard about it, I felt this in China. I was in the barrel a couple of days ago. You see the structure that I would call offices and all the kind of thing, even the Ministry of National Defense. I think this country is too old to have the kind of structure. Then if you go to the Sheffield Barrel there, or EBK, I hear the four in one room and all the kind of thing. This thing, I can't. It should be removed. Or those are the concerns. Put it down. Let it be addressed.
yeah, so
the main street on the main road and all that kind of thing causing havoc in the city. It's too bad, man.
All right, Chief.
Thank you. Let's pick our Joe Wonder. Yes, our guest will be like 5 minutes late for the time. Let's pick our Joe Nutwa Wonder. Good morning.
Yeah, morning, Uncle Neil. It's my pleasure again to be here to have my voice, your voice, to go for you. And again, happy Uncle Day, even though
No celebration.
no celebration.
Another record set by Liberia again.
Yeah, I agree with my brothers. The both of you in studio and that of JKB. This thing is becoming disrespectful. I sent you a text there. I thought you would want to read it.
Yeah.
This is not fair for our nation. You know, don't take home and back. Kindness would be like it's somebody you can push around. You put just straight on you. That is your foreign company. When the former foreign minister told us that we're very current to articles, we're not thinking about those things. Then somebody talking about they don't want or somebody. That's what we're talking about now. We are all here for you. And then the past 2 days, we all join the corner and we say thank God. But if you wanted tomorrow when people leave their houses, there will be no corner until midnight.
Because the previous government owed 11 million.
11 million. These are important things. That the government to come and back road. The government should know what to do. So we should not waste our time here. We got important things to think about. Then we can be thinking about government getting on street and causing the
No, like the poor wise. And interestingly, if you look at any army member right now, they'll be like nothing is happening because politics and army don't work. It don't mix together.
You're right. So thank you for the time.
Thank you.
For me,
Yes.
I will say this again, that sometimes now The president has used the diplomatic means, met them, say, well, I will set up a team, will investigate, maybe
And we'll get back to you
and
as
get
soon as
back to
possible
you.
time.
I mean, if these people are wives of the soldiers, Marka Davis, if my wife is protesting about something concerning me, my children, and her,
Say back off.
and then the person who's supposed to address this issue met with us and say, okay, these things are very important. We'll look into it. I'm sending somebody to do an assessment, and then we can see how we can start to address these things. Then they bring them a woman work out again and say we're going to protest again. Then I will be there. I will allow you to go in the street. So this means to me that these people in the street are not wives of the army people.
And furthermore, it was not deputy, right? It was not minister that met with these women, but the president we're talking about.
Oh, yes.
I mean, you can hate our country. We should have love for country.
They say it's good to have a leader who listens.
The head of state, not the minister of state, met these women, but the head of state, the CIC, sat with you people and say, we'll get back to you. Give him the benefit of the doubt. Do you know how many persons have missed the flight this morning? Do you know how many market women coming from that side, coming to town, caught up, people going to hospital? You met with the vice president as we close up on this matter. I mean, if we want a better country, it should be at the ballot box. We always say this out. Now, Joseph Boakai is our president. We should leave it and move on as a country. Election is over. But if he feels that if Prince Johnson is the defense minister, is your target to removing, then you're doing the worst thing.
Somebody say, I think the country needs a new AFL.
No,
we don't need new AFL.
Not the new AFL.
And we must.
The AFL do have a structure. The structure is still there.
Actually, you don't mind that just 10% or 20% or 15% of these people are actual wives of the army people. The rest are maybe borrowed people from places we don't know.
The thing, you see, I'm seeing the roadblock. They have tiles, they have stakes all along the roads. Some international guests. Look, we have the foreign army from the US and other countries that came to celebrate with us. They see this kind of thing. It's a sad day for our country. As we close up, you met with the president. That's what the thing that really hurting me the money. You sat down with the president. Now on protest there to see John where you go see 7:12 in the morning will come in, or you see Nathaniel Marka come and talk.
Yes.
Most time the previous government, the CDC government, you don't see George Weah most time. You'll see the finance minister will come and speak. But this time around, it's the prayer. The president. The president sat with you and said, I will see what to do and get back to you. But the next morning, less than 24 hours, you're back on the road. Anyway, let's move on. We have district number 3 representative of Grand Judah County. If you're coming from that side too, I think I'm going to tell. Yes, so Busa Ability has to make a U-turn back to Nima County. Yes, so if you don't know, waking up soon in the morning, driving away to town, you go meet up with a huge roadblock and no one is listening. People singing battle cry. Look, if the media decide to put a media blackout on this, you know what will happen? So we want to let appeal the Liberian people away. If you do what
entertain a guest, amen.
Yeah, let it. We want to appeal. We want to appeal to the wives, as they have put it, of our soldiers. I mean, people don't talk. They don't. That's why you see they won't come out to protest. That's why you see the wife most time, want to appeal to you. The president has said he will redress this, giving the benefit of the doubt. Anyway, Eben is up to 9 o'clock. This is the True Breakfast Show. My name is O'Neill. Jacob Debbie is live with us this morning. Jacob is the representative of Grand Judah County District number 3. Good morning to you, Honorable Debbie. Welcome to the TBS.
Thank you. Good morning, and it's a pleasure to be here this morning. I'm sorry for running late.
Okay, so I'm getting myself back and forth of this one. Okay, yes. Okay, yes. Jacob, you getting me right?
Yes, I am here.
You're coming in back and forth twice. So let's see if we can get this done from this end. This is the Breakfast Show, Truth FM 641, the heart and soul of Liberia. Yes. Yes, Jacob, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, and happy Armed Forces Day to you.
Okay. Yes. So how is District 3? How is your county? How is Grand Judah County?
For a matter of fact, I just returned last night.
I went to Grand Jide to bury one of my colleagues. One of my colleagues died. One Honorable Ewald Madison Boyan from District Number One. After he got elected, he unfortunately he died, and so we went to bury him on Friday. We just got back yesterday. But Grand Jide is relatively good. My district is well. We are planning a series of activities going for the next couple of months, couple of days, and couple of months.
Okay. Yeah, since we're in the district, have you gone back and what is the people saying their own anticipation that district two will have a better district moving on forward?
Yes, yes. We after the elections, after we got elected, we spent at least three weeks in the district trying as much as possible to reach out to our people to appreciate them for the elections, to appreciate them for the peaceful conduct of the elections, and the anticipation is high, the expectation is high. The district is happy that I was elected. In fact, for the matter of fact, my colleagues, those my counterparts, my opposition, those who contested with me and against me, many of them were happy. They reached out to me immediately and said, "Congratulations, Jacob, you deserve it." So the district is happy because they got someone who have worked with them. They got someone who has been there with them since 2016, 2017, after the first elections, 2017 elections. So they got someone who actually knows the community, who knows them well. So they are happy about that. And so for now, we have been able to do a lot of things since we got elected. We went back and broke a ground to construct our own office for the very first time in the history of Grand Gide and Bathroom District. That an office of the representative will be constructed, will be owned in the district. So now they are happy, and all of them are saying, should this, be completed, you'll be one of those persons who will go down in history. And we know that you will not, say it and not do it. You are somebody who has always done it before this time. So we believe in you and we trust that you will do it for us. So yes, a lot of things are ongoing. I had a meeting with my constituent in Morovia. I told people that I have 5 different districts. Really, I have 4 administrative districts in my electoral district, but because there are many persons in the urban area, so I decided to have. I mean, with the movement, with the migration of many persons in Morovia, Morovia is another district, added to the four. So I have 5 electoral districts as it is. I mean, the administrative district as it is.
Okay, great. Quite. Let's go down to the capital. What do your people anticipate? There are a few lashes on the social media since your return to section. Back and forth, the public is so highly anticipating this 55th legislature. What do you bring to the table? What do you have to offer? Your people expect, and that not your people, not your district alone, but country as a whole.
So this 55th is a new set of groups. If you actually understood the composition, about 42 to 43 new lawmakers were elected. So that constitutes majority of the 55th. And so we come with new ideas. The exuberance that we come with is so high. If you sometimes follow the section, you'll see how competitive it is. Many persons are on the floor making sure that their points I through.
There are some based on the floor. There are some based on the forms, and we like librarians watching.
Yeah, so you have to sometimes research before you get involved into matters. You have to understand the nitty gritty of it. And so when you see colleagues on the phone, they are not on social media. They are researching. They are making sure that the facts are said, because we come to do the librarian people's work, and our oversight responsibility means that we need to have an understanding of what is being discussed. So oversight is not just sitting and say, okay, you are from the Ministry of Defense, come to me, or you from the Ministry of Labor, come to me. You must understand the functions or the functionalities of that ministry and the activities they are involved with, their past activities, their present activities, and how you intend to go forward. So many times you see us on the phone, we are trying to search this person, or we are trying to make sure that we are on par with what is being discussed. So yes, so many of us are informed. And the good thing is that the composition of the legislature, the leadership is so dynamic. We have a learned colleague of ours, Fonati Kofa, is the speaker, and he comes with huge knowledge, huge experience in terms of legislation, in terms of workings, in terms of governance. Then we have another person who has spent uh, who have been elected for 4 different times. So he is the doyen, he is the veteran, the most veteran of the legislature in terms of representative. He is the most experienced person. He got elected 3 times in Montserrat, and quite recently in Lofa County, the deputy speaker in person of Honorable Thomas Fala. So you see that the leadership is world vast. The leadership is world experienced to ensure that the Liberian people's business is done and the interest of our country is brought forth. So many of us, yes, even though we represent our individual districts, but we represent the people of Liberia. So 73 or 72 of us, because one person has died, 72 of us now are in the workings of Liberia. So regardless of where we come from geographically, our interest, our formal interest is that Liberia benefits, and we want to ensure that there's no business as usual.
Yes, Liberia benefits and no business as usual. Let's go back to your county, Grangita County. I mean, after the death of your colleague, there was a huge violence. Have Kana returned to the entire county? Have you been able to reconcile and the people of Grangita to move on?
Oh yes, when your loved one is dead, or someone that you look up to for direction, someone that you look up to for leadership, when that person dies unceremoniously or suddenly, especially when there are allegations of foul play and the person died in the process, the agitation will be huge. So many young persons felt that the guy was present, and in fact, he spoke about it many times we met and said that he was present. So it's an allegation whether he was actually present or what happened, whether there was a foul play, because he himself admitted, he himself bear witness or bore witness to that before his death, and then almost everyone around him thought that yes, it was true, he was present, and in that process he passed, he did not survive. So it created that violence, that feeling, that emotional feeling, amongst the people, within the people, and then they went out doing what they did. And one thing we have to say, and just I don't know whether that how it happens, but Nigeria is full of violence, and we need to speak.
Full of violence.
There are a lot of mysterious things that happen in Grand Nigeria, and the central government has not arrested it. Someone got missing from the house. His brothers accompanied him to a particular place. He got missing, and the government has not been able to arrest the doer since almost 1 year. A police commander went with his friends, and he was allegedly shot, and no culprit, no one's arrested
in your county.
A lot of things happen in Grand Nigeria.
Is it scare away people from going to Grand Nigeria with all of these things happening? I mean.
So that's why we try now to see how we can find a way to inform our people, find a way to host it, actors responsible when things happen. So we're not doing business as usual. So yes, there was violence after the death of this man, but we were able to calm the situation. We were able to speak to the youth, we were able to speak to the elders, we were able to speak to those involved that violence is not a way forward. The way forward is through justice, is through proper engagement, finding the root cause of things. Whenever you want to find the solution or way forward to situations is not through violence. The only way to do it is to go back step by step, follow the legal process or follow the processes or procedures involved into arriving at the right cause or the reason why this thing happened. So we told them the importance of being patient, the importance of following the rule of law. So now the county is calm. We went for the burial, and the citizens turned out. They gave him a massive and huge respect, and his burial was successful. So yes, as we speak, the county is peaceful. People are moving about their businesses. We're able to, speak with the John security and speak to them, speak to their consciences that whatsoever injustice that takes place in the county, it is squarely on their heads. Plus the judiciary system, they need to be robust. They need to dispense justice without favor. And so that's the only way things can happen, and that's the only way things are done rightfully. Once you dispense justice, and there is a motto, the justice, the judiciary has a motto that says All men are equal. All men are equal in the eyes of the law. There is no brother, there is no sister, there is no friend in law. It's the justice is blind, law is blind. So when something is blind, it means that it dispenses the responsibility impartially. So that's why the justice is blind. But for sometimes in grand jury, justice has 5, 10 eyes and it sees a lot. So we want to stop that. We want to bust the eyes of justice and make sure that justice remains blind.
Okay, let's go back to this. What are Green Genius saying of this issue of the War Crimes Code? I mean, this have resurfaced, Eric Conan back and forth. There are others who are calling for it. We have a resolution from the 54th. Most of the lawmakers signed some, they didn't sign it. What are Green Genius saying? Are they yelling for this war and economic crimes code?
This is a national issue. It's not, let us not relate, I mean, just limit it to grand jury. Let us not just make it a grand jury issue. It is a national issue. We just spoke about justice. The only way justice is served is when the perpetrators of crimes or heinous crimes are brought to justice, and those who were affected see that their relatives, their dead relatives, or their victims have justice through the courts. They feel fine and they feel relaxed. They feel confidence, and they say, "Yes, we have a country that supports all of us." When we paid our taxes, when we paid our dues to the national government, we do that not because we don't have use for our money, but we pay taxes so that the government can be able to function and provide the basic services, the rule of law, and be able to enact laws and pass on issues that will protect all of us. Remember now, we are in position today, we'll be out tomorrow. We required the law to be able to protect all of us even after we have self-government. And so the order of the reason the advocates of this war crime code is a national issue, and it cuts across all of us. Whether you are a resident of Liberia, whether you are a citizen of Liberia, we need to have this war crime code so that perpetrators of heinous crimes, those who committed genocide, those who committed murders against innocent people, can be brought to court and be brought to book and be told to account for what they did, so that it serves as a precedent, it serves, and prevents others from doing it. So yes, we are in support of it. Grand jury is in support of the war crime code.
There's a resolution to sign. Will you affix your signature to it?
Yes, I will. Because mind you now, all of us got affected by the war. All of us got affected. We saw our relatives being killed, our friends being killed, we saw our parents being killed. So and many of them were very, very innocent. Many of them were innocent. People were killed because they were crowned. People were killed because they were killed. People were killed because they were mandingo. Nobody has to die because of his tribe. Nobody has to die because of where they come from. We all have the right to belong to a particular tribe, to a particular group of persons, and that's because we are not God. God in his own wisdom, God in his own likeness created us and gave us where we are today. So it is our right. It is our right to live. No one has the right to kill us because we belong to a particular group of person.
It's been a lawmaker. It's a burden. It's a pressure whenever you appear in the public. Who run to you, Honorable Debbie, Honorable XYZ. It's a burden. You see, it's something as a heavy law as a lawmaker.
Burden is a hard word to use in terms of the responsibility we have.
Maybe I have a law down that you can bear, that the honorable title try to sway you away.
No, what happens is that this is a service position. We're called to service. We were called to be servant of our people. So it is not a burden, it is not a heavy load, it's something that we like to do because we have come with the understanding that we need to make sure that Liberia becomes better. So when you are a leader and no one goes to you, no one comes to see you, it means that you are not doing well. So yes, I enjoyed being representative. I enjoyed the title because it gives me understanding of how much Liberians want change. Every corner you go to, they tell you you are a lawmaker. If you don't do well, you will become a one-term person. It tells you that Liberians want change. Liberia needs a lot. Liberia is one of the least countries in terms of development. You can drive your keke from Monrovia to Freetown. You can drive a keke from Morovia to Conakry. Why can you drive a keke from here to Lofa, to Fonjimon, to Feasible, to Zozo? Why can you do that? Why can you drive a keke from here to Blondiada? Why can you drive a keke from here to Town, to Sleton? Why can you do that? We have had successive elections, peaceful transitions, 12 years of the former president, Madam Sedi, with all the freebies, with all the goodies. She was the darling of the world. She was not able to construct a road, pave a road from Ganta to Zwedru. That was a shame. And the past government, 6 years of peace, was not able to construct and pave the road from Ganta to Zwedru.
Your content.
Yeah, to Vonjuman, to Feasible. That was a shame. And now we have this other government. So this government says in the next 100 days there will not be car hitch in the mud. Obviously, in the next 100 days there will be dry season. So nobody expect to be stuck in the mud. So the 100 days no car will be stuck in the mud is a charade. We have dry season.
I mean, you haven't got 1 month yet, so let's leave that until the 100 days elapse. Then maybe that 100 days, you have a road that will be paved from Banga to Zedru. Maybe we'll wait on that.
It shouldn't say in the next 100 days no car will get stuck in the mud. In the next 100 days we are in dry season.
Maybe it was campaign period, and that could be a slip of work. In 100 days, your vehicle will not hit you no more.
We expect this government to say is that the next rainy season, from now until October, there will be no cars stuck in the mud. But if you say 100 days are dry season. So no, obviously we have dust all over the place. So that's not that should not be what their premise should be. They should be talking about in the next 7 months, in the next 8 months, there will be no car stuck in the mud. That's what we're talking about. Right now, you drive to Grand Gide, you drive to Vonjuman. I went to Feasible few weeks ago. The mud, the dust is on the road. When it rains for 2 days, there will be no car flying on our road.
Wait for the 100 days. Let's.
Days are not something to talk about because the 100 days are dry season.
Okay, yeah, let's go back to your country. When you go back to Grand Gide, what do you say to your people? I mean, they'll watch the live now. The internet have made it very easable. When you're in section, everybody sees what is going on. What do you say to your people in terms of reconciliation? Have the country themselves reconciled? Did Zopino attend that barrier?
Not attend the barrier. He did not attend the barrier, but he's part of the caucus, and all of us made contribution. He was not the only person that did not attend the funeral. A colleague of ours also missed her flight, but that was not intentional. She missed her flight, and the honorable panel, the senator, has an engagement. He has to travel to France, so he also was not able to form part of the trip. But all of us has legislators and caucus members. We are in sympathy. We have expressed our deepest sympathy. Grand Gide has reconciled. We are in the process of completing the reconciliation, and it will interest you to know that I, as a representative of District Number 3, we were 15 in the elections. In this 2023 elections, 14 of my colleagues are around. I have extended olive branch to them, and for the matter of fact, we'll be having a retreat in March. Around the 14th to the 17th of March, we'll be having a retreat in our district at our district headquarters in Jaudi, and so all of us are expected to be there. At that retreat, we'll be able to chart a new course. We'll be able to craft our development agenda. We'll be able to craft activities for the next 6 years. Add on course, Grand Gide and Grand Gideans are peaceful people. Those.
How do you didn't have a lot of campaign promises when you're campaigning? You promise the people, I'm going to build this, I'm going to do that. Do your campaign, nobody voted you?
We told them that yes, there are things that we will do in our purview. We who are legislators, we are not clothed the authority to construct or implement our government projects. We can lobby, we can make a lot of representations and advocate for our people. So yes, those in our purview, I spoke about them, and so yes, we will be doing them. We spoke about finding ways for our.
Maybe that was 100 days you started to count to.
Yes, one of mine. I told them that we're going to construct our headquarters, and we are in the process of doing that. We have cleared the grounds. The guys have dug the sand needed to construct the building from foundation to plastering. We have dug the sand for that. We are in the process of crushing the rocks for the concrete aspect, and the contractors are, as we speak, are trying to lay the profile. We were able to, in one of our meetings in Moreover, we were able to raise $450 and then 40 bags of cement. So yes, we are on course. A committee have been constituted, a committee led by Ambassador Shetton or Doyete, a prominent son, is leading the charge to raise $56,811 US dollars to construct the building. Yet, and it's well on course. So yes, we are on course. And another thing we promise is that we, in the next 6 years, we will at least minimum of 100 persons from our district will have bachelor degrees. Those are things we're working on. We started that before becoming representative. We have been providing scholarships. So this is just a deja vu thing. This is something that we've always been doing. So those are not things that we can feel on.
Okay.
Some of our promises are on course.
Great. So before we get the telephone lines, because of time, what's your take on this issue of the AFLY who are protesting? I'm saying there are some who got caught up because of the protest. What's your take on it? Despite meeting with the president, they had an audience with the vice president. I mean, the president, and less than 24 hours, still went on to make up a roadblock. What's your take on it?
So when they say justice, injustice to one is injustice to all. Has the people's representative, whenever there are agitation, whenever there are protestation, we need to find out why. That's our responsibility, to find out why and make allocation or find means to be able to solve these issues. Remember now, the AFL is a military arm. Those are people who are not involved with politics. So when their wives are coming out to protest, it means that they have a lot of pressure on their on their husbands. Every time when you see confrontation, when you see people are angry all over the place, married men are angry all over the place, it means their wives are giving them tough time. The demands are hard. And so for a home to be peaceful, the wives or the woman should be at peace. The woman should be satisfied.
That's why I said it with the president and said, well, I'm going to look into this matter in less than 24 hours, another roadblock.
So maybe I don't understand that. I don't know what was discussed with the president. I don't know what was discussed with the vice president. And again, just last night, the speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Fodanti Kofa, was there last night because one of our colleagues, Honorable Kopi Kopo. Opi Kopo is the representative in that district. And so all of us were concerned about his district. The speaker went there last night to also meet with them. And so a lot of things have been happening behind the scene. Many negotiations have been happening behind the scene. But in my mind, the right way to go is through the rule of law, engage the relevant authority. Now that they created a scene, the president was there, the vice president was there, the speaker of the house was also there. I think they need to disengage. I think they need to give the process the time to be able to process the government. Just less than even a month has a government. So there are a lot of things they have to do. A lot of things. Right now, the budget has not been resubmitted. The budget has not been discussed. It's still with the executive. So a lot of things are happening. This government doesn't have a budget to work on. They had 1/3 that they work on before the inauguration now. And so they need to do a lot of things. A lot of things have to be factored into it. So when the president met them, I'm sure he spoke about them. Spoke to them about those things. The vice president might have said the same thing. And so we need to give them a chance to be able to speak and be able to address that issue. Rome was not built in the daytime. I know this is not just a date event. It has been situation or even processes from day one to today. So for them to reach the stage they have reached, it means they have been engaging stick actors and nothing have happened. So they thought that's the way to go. But in my mind, they should be able to give the president the benefit of the doubt. He is a father. He is a father, and a father always wants the best for his children. So, and for those who
yes, so in the interim, what has happened is that when the president met with them and said he would set up a committee that will probe and report in 1 week time, the president has also instructed that electricity be restored at the barracks, and he has also declared the high school there tuition free immediately after meeting with them.
You see that there are a lot of progress being made, so they should understand that their concerns have been heard. Their concerns have been heard. The entire world, the entire country is at a standstill. My colleague and my chairman on on national security was not able to come to Monrovia today in person of Honorable. They had to go back to Secretary because of what happened. Maybe if I try coming this morning myself, we wouldn't have been in the studio.
Okay.
But it's a process, it's a working process. The fact now that some of their concerns have been looked at, electricity have been restored. The president have committed that the high school in the barrack or in their community has been declared tuition free. So a lot of things are happening. I want them to give peace a chance. I want them to give the president and those who are mediating the opportunity to do their works, because what they are doing, this is the only highway we have. This the Ramos International Airport is the only airport we have in this country. People have the right to move. People have the right. It is all of us responsibility, our rights to move freely. That's what the Constitution says. So when they block the road, they prevent others from going through. So they can protest without blocking the road. They could go on the side of the road or to the entrance of their barrack and protest. People will see them and their protest will be heard.
Great. Thank you. The voice of Jacob Debbie, representative of District Number 3, Grand Jita County. Let's pick a few calls up on 0770 153
0770202579. Yes, we have the lawmaker here from Grand Jita County.
Let's do a minute per call. Jacob Debbie is live with us this morning. Good morning, Eva Plaki.
Good morning, Mr. Representative. I want to thank you for your kind words, but I want to disagree with you when it comes to the president 100 days. Just as you are processing your deliverables, that's how the president, what the president said, within 100 days, no car will be stuck in the mud. He simply meant that the roads will be pliable. You cannot circumvent the president 100 days deliverable campaign promise to the people in as being political. The president meant well. Like you say, he's a father. He wants all his children to be good, just how he wants all the roads in Liberia to be good. So why don't you wait and see after the 100 days and you want to politicize the president's speech? I think you are wrong, and you need to give the president a chance, just as you want us to give you a chance.
Okay.
Just to us, the Grandians that have reconciled, but then they will be meeting out of retreat.
So the 100 days. Okay.
Retreat is not reconciliation.
Okay. Yes. Let's do a minute per call. Next guest is out there.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
Thank you for having me. I'm Emmanuel M. Tupachinio, and I join you from the headquarters of the Interletter Cloud of District Number 14. Let me say good morning to the lawmaker and still Interlet brain following your show. Well, he elaborated lengthily, and I think his district needs to give him the chance, and thanks to him for the level of reconciliation he's taking in his district. But then I want to go on to the president's 100 days, and I don't know what we want to say we are circumventing, or the lawmaker is trying to circumvent what the president said. The president spoke an open English, a clear one, that in the first 100 days, there will be no car stuck in a major road in this country. And so we are listening and we are waiting for the president 100 days so that there will be no cars sticking or stuck in a mud in this country. So there will be no attempt by anybody to try and pass what the president said.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka. Use a platform to say good morning to Oli Rao.
30 seconds, quickly.
This is the voice of Abadi Kwana Yele, and our phone is from Sacred B, Lima County. Let me appreciate you people for all of your talking points. Purpose, I would love to speak to the issue of the AFL women. Like you guys said, they are all being called by the president, and the president spoke to them lengthily. And the president even showed them that they were going to set up a committee to look into the issues. So in my mind, if they are there for a cause, or for any reason they are seeking the interest of their men, what they could do is to listen to the president, to see how the president will talk into that case, but to take the street. I think in my mind it is highly political.
Okay.
And they have a different internal motive. Thank you, bro.
Thank you. Let's take just our last call, then we'll call it a day. Yes, our next guest is out there. Good morning, y'all. Last call. Good morning.
Good morning, big brother. The names are J. Best Anthony Gunter. Let me extend my warmest greeting to the honorable studio. And let me also say happy anniversary to the men and women in arms. Hello?
Yeah,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. You're going in your time, Chief.
Yeah, to the men and women in arms. I want to actually in communion the 40 kilo in my going. May his soul rest in peace. I have heard the honorable man say that the stereotype the Nigerians are being violent. I really, in my own mind, don't believe that the Nigerians are violent. The only thing is that we must identify the shadow hands that are beyond the cause that are actually happening in Nigeria. There are shadow hands behind the cause, and that's the effect that the people can use.
Shadow.
Nigeria get the effect, but the causes, they are not.
Okay, he's off the line. Shout out hands. Yeah, Honorable Jacob Debbie, listen up to the callers. Yes, you can do so in 3-4 minutes.
All right. So I don't know what Abel Blackie was talking about. The person did not speak figuratively. He said, "In my 100 days, there will be no car stuck in the mud." And all of us are in Liberia. We're born here. We've been here. We know the two seasons. We know that we have dry season. We know that we have rainy season, and we know the length, the duration of each of the seasons. And in Liberia, cars have not been stuck in the mud from January to April. Cars are stuck in the mud from August, July, August, September, October. So I did not say that it was a political statement. I said we should say that in my next 8 months or in my first year, there will be no car stuck in the mud because we will be able to create the rules. I'm not saying they should pave the rules. We'll be able to create the rules so that it can be pliable. As we speak, the road is dried, the dust are on the road. Because of that, the moths have been kicked into clay and they are waiting for the rain to melt them. So when the roads are not graded before the rainy season, it will be there will be mud on the way. So in the next 100 days, we don't expect cars to be stuck in the mud. That's what I'm saying. Because we have dry season. And no one expects the person knows that from now to April, cars will not get stuck in the mud, even up to June. So what we need to do is that we expect him to grade the rules, which we know he will do because all of us want to apply the rules. And the issue of Liberia, the owner development has been tied really into rules. You can't do production, you can't do movement of goods and services when you don't have rules. Every investor will take into consideration how can they move about. Do they have the means to move freely? Do they have the means to be able to deliver their goods in time without much cost, without the wear and tear on their vehicles or their transport, the means of transportation? So those are things people look at. So yes, we know that that will happen, but we don't expect in this dry season for us to get stuck. That's my point about it. With the issue of the Grenadians, we said there were a lot of violence, and a lot of violence have been taking place because the issues have not been addressed. And I said it. If you listen to my preamble concerning the issue of Honorable Ewald Madison Guyon the late, I said that he himself admitted were many times that he was poisoned. So the people were agitated. The people felt that way. So when the man passed, the violence erupted. And so because of that, many persons have said, so we try to quiet it down. And we have, I said to Abel Blackie, sometimes he's maybe because he's emotional. This is no more politics, but we need to understand when people speak, they speak in terms of reconciliation, they speak in terms of way forward and how we can move this country.
As you close up.
Yeah, so we have reconciled with our colleagues, those of us that contested, we have reconciled. And when we go to retreat, we are going to retreat to plan our development agenda, to craft ways and means by which we can run our district. That's the essence of the retreat. It's not for reconciliation. We have reconciled. We have reached out to our colleagues. We have been able to say, yes, all of us, let's work together. They have expressed their willingness to work with us. So yes, we have done that. So again, I want to say happy Armed Forces Day to the men and women in arm, and then happy Armed Forces Day to all Liberians, including you, Oni, and the other of you that listen to my voice this morning. I want to say thank you for the time. We'll always be available. We'll avail ourselves when it comes to speaking to our Liberians concerning our activities and those of the plans we have. So thank you so much for filling me the time. I'm sorry for coming late, and hope to see you another time. Hope to get you.
Yeah, we'll see in session tomorrow.
Thank you.
with me at the Capitol building tomorrow. Great. The voice of Honorable Jigga Debbie. District number 3 representative. Let's go for our break. We'll come back. We'll bring on Choko Maso Soman on the last segment of the True Breakfast Show. Don't go away.
Whoa, that made the football solid.
Chima, yes. Since when you start liking football business?
Oh, the orange score, my dear. They got me feeling the number now. Big player just has scoring 9 times.
Yeah. My 7 playing to score more goals too. I've been playing since day.
Be a football czar. Score goals with your fingers by activating any orange service in the Football Czar campaign. There are 200 daily winners of 1.5 gigabytes of data, 101 weekly winners of a 50-inch TV, 125 kg bags of rice, 32 monthly winners of 1 keke, 1 motorbike, and 30 smartphones, and a grand raffle draw of a brand new vehicle. To check your goals and for more information about the services to activate, dial *009#. For more information, call us on 111 free of charge.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
My brother Flomo, the culture being our country na Israel. Yeah, Okoli, that it made our country can go eat from every day just backward.
Hello, my people.
Hello, Malapu.
I bring good news for you.
Malapu, what is the good news say? Please lay the news on us.
Hey, you know our country here, the corruption be say in that easy, right?
Before even say you could cancel, like Amy Okoli was just discussing. Anywhere you go in the country here, people will ask you for money. Hello, Labiro.
I bring good news on how we the common people can report on corruption.
So, Malapu, how we the common people then can report on corruption being here now?
Okay, you're listening. One group been working hard to put something in the place called app on the phone where you can report all the corruption business. They call this app Talkie. The same way you see it, Talkie the same way.
Malapu, what do they call Talkie? I said, what do you call Talkie now?
Talkie that the app where people can use to report corruption from their phone or computer without showing themselves.
So what all we can report on the Talkie app?
We can report documents like audio, video, Word document, or PDF document too. Then you can report information through something called web app or mobile app.
But Malapu, the Talkie app like you talking about here, so how we can get it on our computer or our cell phone now?
Good question, my brother. It's very simple. Just go to Google Play Store or Apple App Store and search for Talkie, Talkay, to get the app on your phone or computer and download it. That's all.
Malapu, me pa are too happy. I tell God, thank you for showing you to us so you can get all the good news here. My people, let us use the Talkie app to report corruption from our homes, towns, villages, and even in our offices too. Yeah. This message is brought to you through Integrity Watch Liberia with support from the United Nations Development Program, UNDP.
Okay, welcome back. Welcome back to the last segment of the True Breakfast Show on Truth 96.1. The heart and soul of Liberia. We have in the studio Choko Masu Suman. He's our last segment guest. Chokon is the CEO of Connex Dupo Road Service Station in Liberia. I'm going to share this until 10 o'clock this morning, right? Show 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Let's say good morning to Chokon. Chokon, good morning to you. Welcome to the TBS.
Good morning, on you. It's good being this morning. I'm grateful to God for this opportunity.
How's Connex?
Well, Connex is doing well. Has been Liberia #1 petroleum company. Together, collectively, as a team, we are doing extremely well.
Well, it is great to have you this morning. You want to tell the public more about who is Chokon Soma?
Well, I'm Chokon Soma, a Liberian entrepreneur for over 10 years, and I'm hail from Riverside County, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer of TS First Trust Enterprise / Connect to Borough Service Station.
Okay, it's good to know you. So, again, give us a little background of your involvement in business. How long have you been in business?
Well, I've been in business for a little over 10 years, as I rightly stated. I'm involved with several businesses such as construction, printing, and the sales of petroleum products on the Liberian market.
Okay, great. So you already mentioned the kind of businesses you are doing. So, I mean, on a general look, just give us a view in your mind of, I mean, doing business in Liberia. If maybe you've been to other places, you want to do something like comparing. What are advantages, maybe disadvantages of doing business in Liberia?
Well, doing business in Liberia is tough, difficult, because what we expect that Liberians own businesses will be given leverages, will be given an opportunity as Liberians to be able to expand the businesses. But that's not the case as compared to other countries like Ghana and Nigeria. In Liberia, you if you look around, you see most of the top businesses have been owned by foreigner or aliens, and I think that is a very bad way to go. If we must build this country, if we must improve this economy, Liberians must be given the chance and must be given the opportunity to take charge of the economy.
Okay. So just besides maybe policy wise, how can Liberians themselves, in terms of competing and putting themselves up front of other foreign businesses, or if I may say foreigners doing business in Liberia, it means obligation on the part of Liberian owned businesses, just aside from policy issue that will favor you. Let's look at how competitive can Liberians be to put themselves up there.
I think the first thing, Liberians have to be trustworthy.
Okay.
Liberians have to get the requisite skills and qualifications. Liberians have to form partnership. Liberians have to be innovative. So when you get all these things done, it put Liberia in a position to compete with others in the market or in the business sector.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Run business. Let's talk about this thing that people have said over the time: the issue of access to capital, Liberian businesses having the opportunity to access loans and all of that. I mean, what have been your view about that, or do you believe that people should just struggle get their own capital and invest it? What is your opinion on that?
I agree with you. Liberia must be given the opportunity to loan. My understanding is there are other Liberians who are doing well, who have taken loan from the bank, and they are able to pay back, and today they are independent. And there are other a few Liberians who haven't done well, who have taken loan from banks and haven't been able to pay back to the bank.
You think some of these things have been the reasons why sometimes access to capital is becoming a problem for Liberian businesses?
I want to think so, but it is on a lower scale because many Liberians, on the average, Liberians have been doing well when it comes to taking loan from banks. So because of that, the opportunity should always be created for Liberians to have loan from the bank. And Liberian getting loan from bank, it should be at a minimum interest rate that will encourage Liberians, that will put Liberians in a better stand to be able to operate the businesses and make profit to be able to pay back the loans.
Okay, that is good. So before we can just delve into other general business issues, the economy and all of that, let's be a little bit personal about your own businesses you do, their locations, and what are you showcasing? What difference are you making in your sector? Maybe that is adding success to you, if you may say. You like to comment on that?
Well, like we run a Connect service station in Dupero, and you are already in Dupero, amongst the Connect stations or amongst stations in Liberia, those who go to Connect Dupero station can attest about the kind of service we are providing there. Best customer service, value for money, and making sure those who go there are having the kind of atmosphere they need to do business with their partners. And also in the construction field, where I also have something doing, we have been able to sell our company.
Why what you mean by you have something doing? You mean you have you're running a construction company or?
Yeah, I'm a partner to a construction company.
Okay.
And also the acting general manager.
Okay.
In the construction field, we have been trying to do our best. We have had a few contracts like the Ministry of Finance, like the National Road Fund, painting work, like the St. Joseph Parish at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and we have implemented all of those contracts to the best of our ability and meeting the satisfaction of our client. So in the construction area, we have been doing well, but I think more need to be done where Liberians can be given big contracts as to be able to showcase and the ability to produce.
So sometimes yeah, being about what I should say technical capacity and sometimes your financial capacity to pre-finance contracts and all of that. You want to comment on that also?
Yes, I want to question the financial capability, but the ability to do the work has never been a problem for Liberians, because even when you give those contracts to foreigner or agents, it is the same Liberians that are called to implement those contracts. So I think access to finance have been the problem, because most of the banks would prefer giving huge sum of money to foreign business owners rather than giving it to Liberians. So access to finance have been a major problem, but the issue of implementation has never been a problem for Liberian contractors.
Okay. Are you part of the is it LAC, a Liberia Construction Contractor?
LCC.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a member of the ALCC. My company is a member of the ALCC, and most of the meeting I go and represent the company. And this has been an issue. Most of the time, we're in meeting where Liberian contractors haven't been given a chance to showcase their potential at a higher level.
Okay. So you are primarily or basically into two businesses that you are involved with. One is in the petroleum industry as well as in the construction industry. Besides selling diesel and maybe other petroleum products, what else? What other services do you provide? Is station at Dupo Road?
Well, we are also into merchandising.
Okay.
What we sell food stuff and varieties of food stuff.
Okay. Like a mini mart there?
Yeah, we refer to it as a shop.
Okay, like a shop. So sometimes we see some stations you have services such as maintenance and maybe you are changing oil and other stuff. Do you also do that?
Yeah, that's the little bit we are involved into changing of oil, servicing cars, such as maybe making sure your brake fluid is serviced, making sure your transmission is serviced.
What is the difference doing that outside there, maybe with other, maybe just a garage or anywhere, and doing it at total station?
The difference is we have trained and qualified personnel. Okay. We have experienced personnel, unlike people outside. So at the station, we have people who have the experience over 10 years. So doing it in the station is an added advantage for vehicle owners. I can show you that.
Give us some of the challenges. I think Connect is a Liberian owned business. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Yes, because I remember it was a takeover there. So tell us, since then, what have been the difference? What have been achievements since this venture transition from I think Total to Connect?
Well, we have always wished that a Liberian company will reach that level. While it's true, we appreciate Total for coming to Liberia, changing the petroleum sector, making it to meet international standard. But we are glad that we can have a Liberian company who have bought this affiliate is doing extremely well to maintain that standard that Total have brought to Liberia.
Is the foundation built by Total before Connect to cover solid enough to allow you continue to compete in the sector?
Very much so. Okay. Very much so.
And so, what places you ahead of other businesses in that sector?
Well, as you know, Connex is the only petroleum company with stations in almost the 15 countries. Connes is also the only petroleum company with more stations in the capital. So that gave Connes an advantage uh, compared to its competitors.
Well, that is great. Except you want to let's look at something now. The LPRC has a new management team. Do you want to say the relationship with LPRC, and I mean how is it, or how will it help in, maybe should I say, helping Liberian business or other businesses, or its general impact on the industry?
Well, the last 6 years have been challenging. Uh, Now that we have a new government and we also have a new managing director, very young and energetic, somebody who has worked uh, in the area of compliance, and with the level of experience he brings to the LPRC, it is our prayer and our hope that a lot of things will change. And one of the things we wish to change is to make sure our brothers and sisters who are at risk by selling in the jerry can on the sidewalk, the ones that we refer to as can balls, they can be refined in a better way, and maybe where they can have some makeshift stations to sell in, to be able to get off the street. That is one thing we are very, very working on, and we hope people from the FPRC and the Ministry of Commerce, and maybe the Liberal Fire Service are listening. Very soon, the Retail Association, Petroleum Retail Association, will be doing a letter to the three entities of government to see how best we can work together and be able to.
The filling stations are part of the Retailers Association or Retail Association.
Yes, the filling stations are part of the Petroleum Retail Association of Liberia.
Okay, that's great. So, and why do you want to write these institutions?
Well, we want to write them to make them to see reason to get these guys off the street. We know times are hard. We know they have to do something to feed the family, but we think they are at risk, and they are at risk unknowingly, because the product they deal with is a very kind of dangerous product, especially when it's exposed. So having them play with those products anyhow, it puts them at risk. So we want to call on those entities to make sure and to help those guys to see how best they can get off the streets, and then maybe they can get some makeshift station to sell at, instead of just having them all around the streets, having the gas and fuel exposed. We post the public at risk.
Okay, since we are still talking about this LPRC stuff, you want to comment? There's this release coming from the LPRC that tends to show some reduction in the global price ceiling, something, but other people on social media have said, well, there's no difference. There's no difference. We can go in a street corner and buy for 780, but we come to the filling station and LPRC is telling us they have done reduction, but we can buy at 850. So, I mean, do you want, as someone who is really sitting there and know these things, can you please clear the doubt of the public about this release about some reduction in the prices of petroleum products and what the public is saying?
Well, I saw the circular, because that release is referred to as the circular.
Yes.
That said there's reduction in the price of petroleum products. Gasoline has been reduced by 4 cents, while diesel has been reduced by 22 cents. I think it's a good thing. Those who think that it is not a good thing, because the current price at the service station is still below the price on the sidewalk. There's a big difference between what you buy from the sidewalk and what you buy from the filling station. The first thing, what you buy from the
I think we really need to know that.
What you buy from the filling station is of quality, and you get the right quantity. But when you buy from the sidewalk, you don't get the quality, and you also do not get the quantity. Because petroleum products are meant to be stored on the ground. When petroleum products are exposed, like the way you see it everywhere you pass in Monrovia or outside Monrovia, it loses its quality. So it is important for you to go and buy from the station. You might think, that $50 or $60 that you're gonna save from buying from on the sidewalk as to buying from the gas station is a lot. But the danger it poses to your car be having a breakdown, it will cost you to spend more money in just a matter of time. So it's always important to buy from the service station instead of you buying from people on the sidewalk, because you're going to buy from the station and get the right quantity and get the right quality.
So you say this to say that officially that circular is indicating that there was an actual reduction in the prices. Is that correct?
Yeah, since the 9th of February. Correct.
Okay. I mean, I think you have, clearly explained this about the quality and quantity of buying, either from the gas station, from the filling station, or the sidewalk. But I mean, knowing this fact, how do you think? I mean, some of these things can be reduced. I think gas in a can all on the streets. I mean, danger. How do you think this thing can be addressed?
Why, Mama? I want those people to be able to have end means. So one thing, a short term, the government could do is to be able to maybe group the gas, into segment where you can join a few of them and then have them build a makeshift station, and they can have an incorporation. You understand? Because instead of you just taking off the streets and they don't have anything to do, maybe they might go into society and do something that you don't want them to do. So my advice to the authority, when you are ready to take this guy on the street, you can group them into segment, maybe 10 of them into a particular community, give them some help that they can build a makeshift station and they can become the owners of that station. That will be able to help them to get off the street.
That's good. What's the official position at Connect?
I'm the chief executive officer at Connect Dubro Service Station.
So each service station has a CEO?
Yeah, each service station is an individual business, but Connect
Oh, really?
mother company, yeah, that's it.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, it's a franchise business. So Connect Liberia give franchise to individuals who are interested, and then based on that franchise, you become the owner of the business, and they are the owner of the facility.
Okay, so how is the supply done? Is Connect supplying you, or you are responsible for your own supply and all of that?
You pay and they supply you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is I mean, is an information for me. I really didn't know it like that.
Yeah, that how it is.
I mean, how does it make it unique compared to other? Maybe this is just one big company with the stations there doing everything. You get one big general manager overseeing all of this, and Connex being like having these substations with people in charge, almost like somebody have this one. I mean, being owned by individual business people, and compared to one big company that is just overseeing everything. What's the difference? I mean, how advantageous is that?
Well, it gave young people the opportunity, not just young people, but it gave other people who are interested in doing petroleum business the opportunity. Kona as a company, for the fact that they can give that franchise out to people, it's an opportunity that anyone can seize and make maximum use of it. So some of us who have the opportunity, we are doing our best by the grace of God to make maximum use of it and be able to change our life and be able to expand our own territory.
Well, it's great. This is our guest here this morning. He is Trocon Soman, the CEO of Connect Dupodro service station. I think you just got it clear. I mean, he's the CEO, the chief executive officer. I didn't know it like that. I thought it was like something that somebody who is a station manager managing this place for Connect, but I think he just explained that very clearly. He's our guest this morning on the TBS. We are talking about a business and how Liberian businesses can have opportunity to expand and compete with other foreign companies in the sector. If you had any recommendation to make to the Liberia refinery or LPRC, let me just say it short way. I mean, what would that be?
Well, my recommendation would be the APRC should always follow up with the market price, because the international market price determine the price on the local market. The only difference is the Liberian dollar component and the taxes that are involved. But once you go to buy on the international market, everyone from everywhere buy at the same price. So based on the taxes you impose on a gallon, is what distinguish the price for one country to another country. So I like to advise the FPRC that it has started to always be on top of it again, that it can monitor the international market and make sure whenever there's an adjustment in the price, whether downward or upward, it should take immediate effect, so that someone will read, all of that will read, and then they get to know these things. When they don't see it happen in the country, they feel that the FPRC is not working. So I want them to take that advice.
Okay, that's a good advice. So this rule form they say is taken from each gallon of gasoline or petroleum product sold. Do you know much about that?
Yeah, the rule form, like you and myself, every gallon we buy, the government gets 95 cents. I don't know why they have changed, but
So how is it? Are you the one taking it from those buying the retail from the station, or they take it from you when you go to buy at where you buy to sell?
those who import petroleum products, once you are lifting the product from FPRC, you have to pay 95 cents on every gallon before it comes out.
So then you spread that across the cost now.
That is also in the retail price. It is embedded in the retail price.
Okay. So Marka buying gas, they would not know that. I would not know that. Yes, I'm contributing, but I really don't know, because it doesn't, like, it will not be like an extra charge on me, but just a price flowing. But it's taking out the.
This is something that the Ministry of Commerce and FPRC need to explain to people.
Yes.
And also that they know too they are contributing to the road that they ride on. Because many Liberians don't know how much they are contributing. There are people who buy 5 gallons a day, for example. You pay $4.50 every day to government through the road fund. So it is important that this kind of information be disseminated to the public so that they be aware of what's happening.
Okay, so we will take a couple of calls. Like I said, this morning we have Mr. Chokon Soma here. He's the Chief Executive Officer of the Connex Dupo Road Filling Station or Service Station. So let's have some interaction this morning on the show. 0770-202-579. 0770-202-579 is the number you can call and participate on the show. At least we've been talking about a wide range of issues concerning Liberian own businesses. We've been talking about his own business venture that is into some of the things he's doing in the country. Also been providing some recommendations to the LPRC, the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company. So yes, it is important that we somehow give opportunities to our people to participate in the business space. Good morning. You are live on the Truth FM, the TBS this morning.
Yeah, good morning to the Chilever family, and good morning to my big brother in speaker, and good morning to the CEO, my wonderful CEO. CEO, I'm so happy this morning. It's David Prince. Congratulations to you, because for your entrepreneur, I ask God to give you wisdom and direction to promote. And even as the successful government to please bring you up. And I've been wishing to get you, but I don't know what to get you. I'm so sorry to extend that my fiancé gave birth early this morning, but we are lack of transportation where to go now.
Good morning. But you already know the main business station now. He's on the problem. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, Marka. How you doing?
Morning, I'm fine.
And happy New Year to the entire management.
Well, we wish you the same.
All right. So, for me, I had a lot of eye opener from the conversation.
Okay.
I think I found myself in that net where we like to buy from outside. We feel that the gasoline along the road is cheaper. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I'm like wonder, maybe you can help us understand why the gas station is so expensive. When you come outside, it's like so it was 780, so it was 790, 800. So that whole calculation, that everybody got to harmonize and based on your budget. Mm-hmm. So I really want to understand how that works. And if those guys that buy from them, at what price do they buy? And they come out and sell it that cheap to us.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are the things I'm able to make those kind of decisions, even though not knowing what the consequences are to some extent.
Okay. Mr. Soma will respond to you on that. Let me take this one. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Well, we're okay. You're live on the TBS.
Okay. You have mentioned the postal gathering is of no quality that is cheap. They put in all kind of things in it. it. So it's better to buy from the gas station than to buy from the subway. And moreover, I advise the government to move the people from the street. It's dangerous.
They will say you are taking bread from their mouth.
The policemen got blind before on the bypass. At least you remember that. For a fight. It's dangerous for our country. It's the only country that puts selling gas in the street. Gasoline should be on the ground, not outside. But because we are afraid to do the right thing, if you are doing the right thing, don't be afraid of anybody. Go to any African country. Small people want to free time anyway. In the capital is selling gasoline outside. It's the only country. We should sell the war things. It was war time that people were selling outside. But the war has finished ever since. We want to sell gas. Gas is a very expensive product. Sell it on the ground. If you cannot sell it, sell your Kenny.
Okay. Thank you for your contribution. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka.
Good morning.
Thank you so very much. This is Harry Sherman, and I call you from Mike County, Fashion to be specific.
Okay.
And thank you so much for your studio guest. And so thanks to him. And I just want to maybe make a recommendation to him because he said Corners is in the 15 counties, but I don't think so. Corner is not in the 15 counties because I work in reward sales and Corner is not in reward sales. So the county have to take all their every other thing that think of the children, they take it from Grand Bazaar to reward sales. So you can just take how healthy it is.
Okay.
So Corner is not in reward sales. I don't know what there's a plan, a penny plan, or they will make a plan to at least have the Corners in reward sales for us. Thank you so very much.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us from River Says this morning. Yes, 0770202579. Let's take two more calls and then we'll close it. Two more calls. 0770202579. We have Mr. Trokonsoma here this morning, the Chief Executive Officer of the Connect Dupont Road Service Station. We are talking about, yes, business, especially petroleum. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Charles Kage, SKD Boulevard.
Go ahead, Chief.
Basically, I really want to know from what your guest explained to me. He the CEO for the Dupont company. Because for what we know is a big company, but it's there for them. I want to know.
You didn't get the man's explanation?
Or the product looking, they go and buy from the company because if you say
the man said you pay for your product and it is supplied. Okay, exactly. That's why it is. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Let me just try to squeeze in the last caller 0770202579. Anyway, I'm not a PRO for the company. He will still respond. Maybe you didn't get it clearly. He will still respond. So this man who say we won't deliver, you still calling. If this man is someone you know personally, you can call him personally. You can do this on air. Good morning. Good morning. Please lower the volume of your receiver. Yes, you are giving us a very terrible feedback. 0770202579. I just want to take the last call once and for all, and then we can go back to Mr. Soma this morning to close up. Sometimes it's good for us to have business people here to talk about some of these things. You see, a lot of people are having an eye opener now as to what it is to buy from the filling station and to buy from the sour. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead quickly.
My name is Sumo. I'm Sumo in a call from Gat.
Call from where?
Gatna Zoo.
Go ahead. Be a little bit serious now. You're sounding like you are reluctant.
Yeah. My opinion, I'm in Jungle. Trader who live in the hinterland part of the country. Are there any means where the company will to transport their product in turn if they pay for the product, through their business partner in Central Monrovia, they pay and they have their receipt whether the company will be able to provide delivery for them in the hinterland part of the country.
So you mean that maybe somebody who is okay, he just left. So okay, I wanted to have some clarity on his question. But good morning. Good morning. Finally, go ahead. 30 seconds, please.
Yeah, the man talking about taking the care from I think if that be in Liberia, very important for us because we in Liberia we're taking risks with our own life. Taking selling gasoline on the street, and I can remember some people in Johnsonville. They're selling the gasoline and they pour frying color right near them. It's not fair. It's
Okay.
not fair.
So you support calls for these convoys to be removed?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for your point. Mr. Soma, you listen to the callers. Some of the points they raised, you want to respond to them and then close up. You can do all of that in just 2 to 3 minutes, please.
Follow that talk about getting supply in the internet. Well, for me, I do not work for Connex Liberia. I'm a partner to Connex Liberia. But I think I can get their number from my brother Marka, and I can be able to get the information and be able to reveal the information to you. Then the next person talk about how can boys get gas. These people who sell on the sidewalk, like you are very self trying to know. Myself, I wonder how do they get the gas? Because if they are buying like the way we buy, there should be no reason why they will sell far below what we sell. But again, there have been rumors, and I want to be clear on that. There have been rumors that there are a lot of things that are done at FPLC that are able to guys to get a gas at a cheaper price for lower than what we pay, and then they are able to sell the way they sell. So to answer your question. Then last time the guy who talked about he doesn't understand how we operate or own the service station. So if you want to own a service station, all you need to do is to get to management and express your interest, and then you go through the procedure. There will be a vetting process for what I know. If you meet all of the criteria, and maybe there's a station available, and you and management go into a marketing and licensing agreement, and then you have that franchise to own and operate the business. So that's how it works. Yeah. So far.
Yeah, so far. So about no station in how you call it, River says that one. Maybe if somebody has interest, yeah.
Quickly.
Yeah.
So yes, it is true. But if you listen to me, Marka, I said we are almost in the 15 countries.
Yeah, you said almost.
I didn't say we are in the 15 countries.
Yeah, you said almost. Yes.
So we're not in Maryland. We are also not in Riverside. She's right. That's true. I think management is working on that. Before Total levels, it was something that we were working on, and I show with the new company trying to meet up to the standard of what Total have. Will do everything possible to get into those areas.
Okay. So yes, your parting comments as we take leave of you.
So I want to thank you and my brother O'Neill. O'Neill and I share a lot. Far back as the time I used to work on the pump as a pump attendant that I didn't mention yet before becoming a CEO. And O'Neill used to be at LIJ, Liberia Institute of Journalism. And then we also graduated together from the master program at AMU. So we came a long way. I'd like to thank you guys for the opportunity and the True FM family for affording me the opportunity. I'm always available wherever the need arises. And happy holiday to you guys and the rest of the Liberian populace. Thank you.
Okay, yes, Mr. Trokan Soma. He's the CEO of the Connect Dupont Road service station. He's been our last segment guest here this morning. Early on, we had Representative Jacob Debbie here from Grand Jita County. Again, folks, we'll be here tomorrow again with another edition of the show. My name is Marka Davis. Richie Lucini has been behind the cameras, carrying us live on Real TV. O'Neill Roberts is also the host of this show. I'm the co-host, Marka Davis. We'll see you tomorrow with another fascinating edition of the show. Bye-bye for now.